LeBron James, Michael Jordan. Two men, two eras, one debate that's older than half the internet. Who is the greatest of all time? But here's the thing. This isn't just about rings, dunks, or clutch shots. This is actually about you. Because what if I told you the GOAT debate isn't just a sports argument? It's a war being fought inside your brain. From the chemicals that fuel nostalgia to the tribal circuits that make us loyal to our guy. This battle is as much neuroscience as it is sports. So today, we're not just asking who's better. We're asking, why do we care so much? Let's start with Jordan. For millions, MJ isn't just a player, he's a memory. Psychologists call it the reminiscence bump, a tendency to remember events from adolescence and early adulthood more vividly. And when those moments are emotional, they get stored in the amygdala and hippocampus with a dopamine hit. So if you watched Jordan win in the 90s, your brain didn't just see him dominate, it felt it. And that emotional tagging means you're wired to remember him as untouchable. That's why when someone says LeBron is a better player, it feels like more than disagreement. It feels like they're disrespecting your childhood. Now flip it. If you're under 30, you probably didn't live through Jordan's era. But LeBron, you've watched him grow up from a high school phenom to a global icon. The brain's recency bias makes recent events feel more important, especially when they're repeated over time. And LeBron's dominance has been relentless. 20 seasons, 4 rings, all-time scoring leader. He's not a moment, he's kind of a constant. And our brains love patterns like this. That's why fans see his consistency as proof of GOAT status. The brain sees a reliable output and starts building a mythology around him. But now, we go a little deeper, because this debate isn't just memory or logic. It's about tribe. Your brain evolved to seek community, to pick a side. It's called an in-group bias, and we've talked about this a lot in our Messi versus Ronaldo video. We're wired to protect those we identify with. Jordan fans are loyal to a mythology of perfection. LeBron fans, on the other hand, are loyal to a story of evolution and endurance. And when you identify with a player, you're not just defending their legacy. You're kind of defending yourself. Challenge that, and your amygdala lights up. It interprets disagreement as danger. That's why GOAT debates feel so personal. You're not debating greatness, you're defending belonging. And it gets even spicier. Jordan's killer instinct. LeBron's pass-first mindset. People love the idea of the assassin, and Jordan fed that perfectly. But here's the twist. Neuroscience shows that aggression and dominance can be projected, but also misinterpreted. LeBron's game is more strategic. His prefrontal cortex may be more engaged in decision-making during high-stress plays. Jordan, well, his clutch moments show signs of operating from a high-confidence, low-stress zone, which means less hesitation and more dopaminergic surge. So fans aren't just watching performance, they're interpreting brain states. And since we're hardwired to love heroes with mythic qualities, we associate cold-bloodedness with greatness, even if the numbers don't support it. Now enter the algorithm. Social media platforms are built to feed your beliefs back to you. When you like one LeBron highlight, you get 20 more. And the same goes for Michael Jordan. This is called confirmation bias. The brain seeks info that confirms what it already believes. Now add echo chambers to this entire conversation where fans surround themselves with voices that echo their own, and then you're not just forming an opinion, you're entering a feedback loop. The dopamine hits from every W take reinforce your stance, until it's not an opinion anymore, it's a belief system. What separates good from great, from legendary? It's more than talent. It's how the brain handles pressure. Studies on elite athletes show heightened activation in the motor cortex, but reduced activity in the amygdala, meaning less fear and more flow. Jordan was famous for entering the so-called zone. LeBron, on the other hand, is known for orchestrating chaos, reading plays like a chessboard. Those are two very different cognitive pathways, but they lead to the same elite result. Which one do you value more? Well, depends on how your brain is wired. Even when we look at personal stories and documentaries, Jordan had The Last Dance, and LeBron has Instagram stories. But here's the kicker. Humans are wired for narratives. We remember stories, not numbers. Jordan's story, well, he was cut from his high school team and then led his team to 6-0 in the finals. LeBron's story, well, he's just a kid from Akron. The decision, the return to Cleveland, the 3-1 comeback. Both are mythic, but which myth resonates more comes down to the archetypes your brain connects with. Do you connect more with the godlike untouchable or the self-made gladiator? Beyond the neuroscience, beyond nostalgia, bias, and identity, the GOAT debate touches something philosophical. At its core, it's a question of how we define greatness. Is it measured by dominance or transformation? Is it perfection without failure, like Jordan's spotless finals record, or resilience through adversity, like LeBron's journey through defeats, comebacks, and reinvention? This isn't just about basketball. It's about how we define meaning in our own lives. Do we admire the flawless, untouchable icons of the past because they symbolize ideals we may never reach? Or do we find greatness in imperfection? And the constant striving, the evolution, the vulnerability of a man who falls and rises again. Every time we argue about the GOAT, we're really arguing about what kind of greatness matters to us specifically. Then there's also this tension between legacy and longevity. Michael Jordan is a myth. He's a perfect painting, finished and framed. LeBron is still writing a story, an open novel of human effort stretched over 2 decades. In a world obsessed with legacy, we often forget that longevity, the ability to sustain excellence, to adapt and remain relevant for a very long time, is a virtue in itself. Philosophers have long debated the nature of heroism. Is the hero a tragic figure, defined by a singular arc of glory, or is he a titan of time, shaped by endurance? This debate, then, is not just about who scored more or won more. It's a mirror held up to our values. Do we chase glory, or do we honor growth? In choosing our GOAT, we reveal the truths we admire most in the human story. So, who's the GOAT? The honest answer, your brain has already decided. Before the highlights, the rings, the arguments, you have picked your side, and your brain has spent years defending it. Maybe the real win is realizing that greatness isn't a one-size-fits-all. Maybe Jordan gave us perfection, and LeBron gave us possibility. 2 legends, 1 brain, a lifetime of debate. And who knows, maybe LeBron possibly winning a 5th ring this year may change some people's thoughts. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time.